Hello, today I'm checking out the Valhalla FutureVerb. I'm a big fan of Valhalla effects, mostly reverbs, and some of those delays, and there's specialties actually in that field. So I'm really keen to see how this is going to sound on various things. So the first thing I placed this on was a snare, just to see what it's going to sound like on a snare. And then I'm just going to take it further and try to replace, let's say, some of the sends in this track and see what kind of effect that gives me. Honestly, I'm just keen to check it out because I love Valhalla stuff. So let's check this one out. Okay, so first thing is going to be the snare. I want to hear it soloed. That's cool, that echo going nice. Okay, so let's try out some presets. And let's do like rooms. Yeah, full snare room. Why not? That's great. Let's keep the mix at 20 something. Even that's like maybe even too high, but let's see. Depends on the snare. That's really great. One thing you might not have known, I don't see how, but you might have not known that in most, and I think all Valhalla reverbs and effects, the mix knob right here, you can just click it and it's going to stay locked no matter what preset you select. Otherwise, if you don't, it's going to change with the presets. But if I, let's say, select 21.3%, click the mix, now it's just grayed out a tiny bit and it's going to stay like that. And this works in all of their effects. This is a really cool thing to have. Locking in a really important factor like the dry wet. Especially if you're using this on a send and you just want to quickly go through presets. Locking this in at like 100% is amazing. And, you know, having the preset not override that. That actually sounds really nice. So let me hear that in the context of all the drums. And without the reverb. Yeah, it can even be lower. So let's try that in the context of everything, the whole song at this point, at least at, let's say, this moment in time. So if nothing, what I hear from this, the reverb gets spread out. So that tail, which is not really that long, having this last not really that long, this being a really short verb, a really short small room, I like that it actually spreads it out. So it makes it quite stereo. Let's see. So basically, I can choose the modes for the echo. Ooh, nice. That's a lot of modes. And then I can choose, oh yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. And then the color, nice. This is like an EQ preset, I guess. That sounds really cool. That's without. Sounds cool to me, at least on electronic drums like these. I'm guessing that would also be cool on natural like plate drums, but for my uses, for psytrance, this is as cool as it gets, I guess. So let me try this out, the same reverb, but I'm gonna try that on on the send. So one of the send effects I have is actually Valhalla Vintage Reverb. And I'm gonna try to replace that one with this one. So this is the Vintage Verb. And we are only listening to the wet. And this is the future. Ooh. Try something else, some other preset. Epic Piano, Cathedral. This is the future verb, still. Just gonna switch back to vintage. So vintage verb is actually more clean in a sense of like hearing things through it, because this is still only the wet coming through. But it doesn't seem so smeared as the future verb does, at least on this preset. And we can go through all the presets together, and I'm guessing you can do that by yourself at home, just trying these out. What gives me a better, and I'm gonna leave future reverb on the song right now. This is like for a new version or a new mix that I'm making. This is already the I don't know, 6th, 7th version of the mix and 150th version of the song, which is quite usual for me. And those are never done. At some point, you just have to cut the cord and release them. I would like to try this out on another thing, on some, let's say some of these single shots. So let me try something on the channel itself, like so. And I'm gonna add another vintage verb right there that I can actually control right here for us on this very sound. So let's try this out. I'm gonna keep the mix right here, and we can go through some presets and hear what that sounds like. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Okay, that's really small. So let's try some of the bigger ones. Let's actually try some of the echoes. And this is just a delay, basically. Or is it? That's actually cool. What is that? Yeah, nice. That's cool. Yeah, nice. Crystalline, this is nice. Let's try that in the context of the song. Stop talking. Whoa, wait. I like this. You know why? Because it's not the standard kind of, let's just put a reverb noise tail on top of it, a long one. This actually sounds kind of specific, having that echo and reverb combined together. Nice. It's not science fiction. It's not something super new. I don't know, there's a lot of reverbs lately, like harmonic ones and the ones that do spectral stuff and whatnot, but you know, just a nice reverb that actually sounds cool when you send tons of stuff into a send that has it. You know, that's something to look for, and Valhalla is pretty good at just making decent algorithmic reverbs. These are really fine, and this one is a really nice addition. What can I say? I'm partial to this because I like Valhalla products. That's it. I just like their effects. Yeah, try it out yourself. Hopefully this demo, even not being long and not having so many specific things, is long enough for you. Not every reverb sounds good on everything. If you want to go through each one of these modes, you can do that by yourself. Like, just go get the reverb and try it out. It takes much more time to get to know a reverb than just one day or one video. But I definitely have to say I approve. I think I knew that before I started making the video. By the way, I haven't seen the reverb at all until I pressed record. I've seen it on a picture, but I haven't tried it out and I haven't heard it. I wanted my first experience to be on camera. Usually, I like Valhalla products. What can I say? I'm partial in that sense, but that is all. If you hate my stupid glasses or you think the Valhalla FutureVerb is shit and you totally disagree with me, say something in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed, and most of you watching are not, please do. It will help the channel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about half the time, well, links to a 40+ hour long course that's thanks to 11.org completely free is in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.